If you don't really have any plans or you're thinking about what could I be doing this weekend, maybe you want to look up to the sky and see the moon because NASA is hosting a really cool event that everyone can participate in. It's the International Observe the Moon Night happening this weekend, and we're going to get some details right now. We're going to bring in Molly Wasser from NASA to kind of explain to us all what is going on. Molly, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So tell us, what is this event and what could we be looking for with the moon?
So, this weekend on Saturday, September 26th, is International Observe the Moon Night. It's an annual public science festival celebrated in the fall, and it's an opportunity to learn more about our moon, celebrate your cultural and personal connections to the moon. And my favorite part is that knowing that when I am observing the moon, I will be observing the same moon as people all over the world. So, in this time of social distancing, it's a great opportunity to connect.
Yeah, it really is. And now explain, is there parts in the country where are better for people to view than other parts, or is it pretty much across the board? People are going to get a good shot at this, depending, of course, on the weather.
Yeah, depending on the weather, but across the board, we will all have a great view. And if it is cloudy where you are, we are going to be live streaming on NASA TV and NASA social media. So if you can't see the moon where you are, I actually think it's going to be cloudy in Maryland. You can catch some of the shots on the live stream.
You know, tell us also what's so special about the first quarter moon.
Yeah, so the first quarter moon is actually a better time to see some of the more interesting features on the moon than a full moon, which I found surprising when I first started working at NASA. So the moon has amazing mountains and craters and a really craggy landscape. And a first quarter moon that we can actually see the line between the moon's night and day. So just like here on Earth, when at sunset we see shadows, very long shadows, we'll be able to see those on the moon. So with the naked eye or a pair of binoculars, you can see some really interesting features.
That's amazing, and it's so special when you get to see people just come out and they're looking up to the sky. It doesn't matter if it's for the moon or if there was, a comet recently. We saw that earlier in the year too. A lot of people looking up to the sky, and it's a special moment, especially now in these COVID-19 days where you can look up at the sky and you can all share into that moment. So that's really neat.
I agree. I find that so comforting to be able to look up and know, there's so much out there. And we all live on this shared planet. This is our shared Earth. We have a shared moon. And that's one of the reasons why I absolutely love astronomy and feel so lucky that I get to work at NASA.
And Molly, I got to ask, do you have any tips? What's a good way to get a good picture of the moon? Because sometimes I see it and wow, it just looks so amazing. Then I take a picture of it and I'm like, doesn't look like that amazing on my phone. Is there a way that you have any tips there?
Yes, I'm glad you asked. So, on our website, moon.nasa.gov/observe, we actually have a photography guide to give you tips on how to take pictures with your phone, with a digital camera. But if you're just using your phone, try adjusting your exposure to the moon. So, holding down on the moon with your finger, and then otherwise it will just appear very bright.
Okay, that's good to know. Awesome, awesome. Now it's 2020 now. I know a lot of people just want this year to be way over, and they wouldn't mind if it's maybe, any year. But 2024, you guys are looking at because it's going to get really exciting. Then you guys are planning to go back to the moon.
Yeah, so we are at the moon now with robotic explorers. We have our Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter that has been orbiting the moon for 11 years now. And in 2024, we're actually going to send humans to the lunar surface for the first time since Apollo 17 left nearly 50 years ago. And we're so excited about that. There's so much more of the moon to explore, and it can help us answer questions about the history of our Earth and our solar system.
Now, what are some of the most surprising things that we've learned so far about the moon through these missions?
For me, I think how dynamic the moon is. The moon it's actually shrinking and cooling, and that causes moonquakes. There are new impact craters forming all the time. And I think what's really surprising, we thought the moon was bone dry, but we've actually found water ice at the moon's poles. So there are craters at the north and south pole that are very, very cold. They're never lit up by the sun, and there's huge stores of water ice there.
Oh, that's something there. That is something neat. Now, when they're going to for 2024, what are going to be? How many missions are they thinking? I mean, how is this all going to look like?
Yeah, so we have a lot available on our website that shows you some of the details of that. It's called the Artemis program. So if you check that out, you'll be able to see we have a number of different missions, starting with some robotic explorers, and by Artemis 3, having some humans on the moon. So there's a lot that's going into this. We have a lot of people at the agency working and preparing, in addition to some commercial partners as well.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And now I want to look forward just to almost a month from now, Halloween. I'm hearing that it's going to be a special moon on Halloween, the full moon on Halloween. This only happens every 18 or 19 years?
Yeah, so October is going to be bookended by full moons, October 1st and October 31st. So a blue moon the moon won't actually turn blue. It's just the second full moon in a month. So on Halloween, we'll have a nice bright moon lighting up the sky.
Now that'll be good, and it's very fitting on the day of Halloween, and especially since maybe a lot of kids across the country, some cities are already shutting down trick-or-treating. At least they could have something to look up into the sky and and see a nice big full moon there.
I agree. I think if anyone, we were already joking yesterday that we're going to decorate our pumpkins this year in moon phases. So, way to celebrate the moon.
Yeah, there you go. And Molly, can you just give us some more resources if people want to get a little bit more information where we could point them to?
Great. Yeah. So we have everything I talked about and more is on our website, moon.nasa.gov/observe. We have activities, we have maps of the moon to look at some of those lunar features that I spoke of. We have different ways to observe the moon. We interpret observe really broadly. I'm actually going to be making moon phases with some Oreos this weekend. So there's all different types of information you can find there.
There you go. And I got to give one recommendation to you guys at NASA for this event for tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know if you can get the rights to the song, but the song Police, Walking on the Moon, I think that would be just perfect. If you put that under, I think that'd be awesome.
That's a great way to celebrate the moon is make a moon playlist. So I'll make sure to listen to that song.
There you go. There you go. All right, Molly Wasser, thank you so much for all your knowledge and expertise in getting us ready for this weekend to look up in the sky and see our beautiful moon. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yep, you have a great weekend. All right, folks, we continue to bring you the very latest across the country. We'll definitely be looking up to the sky this weekend. All right, let's go out to another live event that is happening. We're going out to Florida. We got the governor.